You know, these are trying times in the world, and I think anybody that's really conscious can recognize that there's some pretty messed up stuff going on in the world. There's messed up stuff going on all around us, and that's not in our heads. But when we're living in our heads and we're so self-absorbed in our own story and, you know, we're so stuck in ourselves, it's easy to just bypass and ignore those problems that are going on around us, you know, the real things that are happening that nobody could deny are problematic. And I love this world, and I love the people in it, and I love being alive, and I love how much love there is in me, and it just is so much that I want to share it, and I want to express it, and I don't want to shove it down. So much of that love in me sees how much pain people are in and how much we're hurting each other in the world, and these are trying times. You know, it's kind of like the more you see, the more you really open your eyes and see, the more uncomfortable it can get. Because it's much more comfortable to keep our eyes closed in times like this. You know, that's what's easy. Sometimes it's hard to see the things that are happening. It's hard to hear them. But they are happening, you know. They're happening. And we can't deny the fact, you and me, that we're both here and we exist. And whether this is a dream that spirit is having, which is my personal opinion, my personal experience, which I'm not going to shove down anybody's throat, but my personal experience is that we are all the same exact being, the same presence, the same awareness expressing itself. And all the different people that we appear to be is just different outfits that the same being is wearing. So as far as I'm concerned, there's no difference between you and me. That's why your suffering fucking hurts me so much. Because I know who you are. But anyways, whether it's a dream that spirit is having or a simulation and it's just a game that we're logged into, or, you know, whatever anybody's ideas or beliefs about it is, whether it's real or not, fundamentally, it's fucking real that I'm here. I'm in this spot right now, in this moment, and the things I'm saying, they're real, you know? I'm real. This is real. This moment that we're sharing, it's real. The love that I feel in my heart is real, and the pain that lives in me is real too. There's pain in here, you know? The pain of living in this world and witnessing the suffering happening all around me, and to know that as a species, if we just chose to do something about it, instead of ignoring the suffering going on around us, instead of covering our eyes and blinding ourselves from it, like, we could come together and overnight make such a huge difference. You know, the pain of witnessing how so much of the hurt that's happening, that people are hurting each other, the pain of seeing that they don't even realize, you know, that they're doing it, the pain of being awake in a dream and everyone else in the dream walking around asleep around you, stubbing their toes and hurting themselves. And just wanting to give them a hug and tell them, like, hey, you know, it's okay. We've fallen asleep in this, but we're waking up, you know? Maybe you know something about that. I think that you probably do. I think you do. I think you know the kind of pain I'm talking about. Because it's so fucking beautiful to exist and to be able to perceive any of this at all and to share it. but it also hurts. It hurts. You know, the pain I feel is real, and so's the love. And whether this is a dream or a simulation or whatever, the fact that I'm here experiencing it, that's true. And you know, this is a message of I guess I can't even say this is a message of comfort, because that's not really what I provide. We're here and we're in this together, you know? And we can't unsee the things we've seen. We can't, the parts of us that have woken up, we can't put those parts back to sleep. And I think you've noticed, we can't dull it anymore. We can't numb it. We can't turn off the conscious awareness in this moment that is witnessing the realness of all that is happening around us, the realness of the beauty and the realness of the stuff that is hard. It's hard to be a human. Like, it's so cool, don't get me wrong, but it's so hard at the same time, you know, sometimes at least. But I don't even really know what I'm saying, you know, I don't know anything I've said so far in this video. I just sitting here and the sun hitting me and feeling the ocean kind of hold me and soothe me in that divine way that the ocean does. And feeling like I could retreat. I could go to what's easy and comfortable and feels warm. I could. And in trying times like these, man, we want to so bad sometimes. But that's not what's going to happen. Instead, I'm going to keep moving forward, and I'm going to keep living honestly and just being real, you know? And sometimes that does make things harder. But at least they're real. This is real, you know? Well, if you were here right now, I know this might sound kind of weird, but I'd hug and kiss you. I would, because I know who you are. Underneath the mask, underneath the persona, deeper underneath this veil of illusion that we're all playing this weird game in, this game that hurts and is beautiful too. You know, I know what's in you. And I just want to be with you again, you know? And if for anybody out there that thinks I'm making this, like I'm trying to send like a subliminal message to a specific, you know, woman out there who's watching this, or if I'm trying to hit on people, listen a little bit deeper. I've seen within myself, and you're in there, because we're the same, you and I. For me personally, this is what's real for me right now. I've grown very tired of the illusion of pretending like we're all different people and all these different stories. I'm just tired of it, to be honest. I'm not mad at it. You know, sometimes I am, I'll admit, I have my moments. My most recent video I posted on Sunday was clearly one of those moments. The truth is, I just want to come together with you again. I want to be, you know, unified. I want for us to be able to be here and be real and share this infinite, boundless love that's trying to express itself through us without all these games of self-validation or trying to prove something or warring against each other. Just like all this stuff, it's like, man, when you know what's really within you, it's like, why are we doing that, you know? We've got this beautiful opportunity here in this world to be with each other and just fucking love. But we're just fighting and suffering and trying so hard to achieve something or to become something that matters in this world. And it's just illusion, you know, guys. Like, it's a game. Relax. You know, we don't have to arm wrestle anymore each other. We don't even have to arm wrestle ourselves. In a certain sense, to be perfectly honest, I just want to have a giant spiritual orgy, you know? And I'm not talking about like a physical, like sexual thing, you know? I'm talking about spirit coming together and choosing what's real. And in my opinion, that's the love. Because the fighting is illusion. The differences between us is illusion. What's really at the core of us when you peel back all that bullshit is infinite fucking love. And I want to share that with everyone. I do, because it is unleashed in me. But, you know, not everybody's ready to receive that kind of love, because it's scary to a lot of people. And that love cuts a lot of the illusion and the stories we tell ourselves about who we are. You know, if I were to really unleash my whole love on you personally, like if you were here in this moment, and again, I'm not trying to be weird, if I were to really shine my love and the light that's in me, unfiltered, you would be instantly forced to face all of your story and concepts and beliefs and ideas and all the things that make you feel safe and all the fear in you that you've shoved down for your entire life. It would all be forced to the surface in one single moment, and you might think I was trying to kill you just in my very presence, and you'd probably leave. So it's but maybe you wouldn't, you know. I know the people out there that I'm talking to, you guys get it, and we click. And I wish we were together in person. I'm going to be honest. Like, I did this whole thing for a while where I just wanted to be alone out here, and I was saying that and making that clear. I don't want to be alone in this anymore. You know? Like, I don't. And it's not because I'm lonely. It's because I'm so overflowing with something in me, and I want to share it with everyone. And these videos are too small of a container for that for me now. There's something else in me, and there's something else in all of us. But we shove it down and we push it down because we're so busy trying to be this person and tell our story. But the love in us is so powerful, it destroys the whole story. Not because it hates us, but because it loves us so much that love in us frees us from all those illusions, all that suffering, all that pain. And it doesn't make the fact that we're in this world and there's pain happening and pain that we feel go away. But what it does do is give you the authentic ability to be present and actually experience it. And that's something different entirely, because it's like the food you eat has like millions and billions of more flavors to it than you ever tasted before, because you're actually here experiencing it. All of it. All of it. So is this message really a comfort for these trying times? I don't know what it is. All I know is I'm here, and I see a lot of people fighting around me, and I just want to fucking, you know, like, can we all just hug now? Are we ready to take off the masks and drop the roles? Drop this story of I'm better and you're worse? Can we just, you know, fucking love each other already? Because the people that are thinking they're loving each other, like, you know, husbands and wives or you know, dating or relationships, you know, it's such a small amount of the love that really lives in us, really. And it's unfortunate because the way the system and the stories play out is we confine that love and we filter it and we force it to fit a certain idea or concept that we think it's supposed to be. And we get those concepts from songs and the movies we watched growing up and watching our parents and everyone around us. And, you know, I'm not shitting on monogamy. What I'm actually saying is there's so much love that you have in you that if you have a partner right now in your life, you're not sharing it with them and you know it. Because We're scared. And sometimes we don't feel like we're good enough to receive that love or also give it. But, you know, me, I'm sitting here and I'm in a place where I know that I'm good enough, so to speak, to receive the most pure, potent, unfiltered love. I'm so fucking ready for it. And the best part is that it's all overflowing from within me. So you get to this place when you stop fighting in the illusion where the idea that someone else is going to be where the love in your life comes from, that idea dies. That idea gets completely fucked and eviscerated by the truth of the real love that lives in us. Because the truth is coming together with other people, you know, like if you and I were to date, for example, if this is just an example, if I was going to date you, I'm not dating you because I want you to make me feel love and safe and secure. I'm dating you because there's so much love in me and I'm actually ready to share it with someone. You see what I'm saying? That's a whole new dimension of being. And I think the amount of people that are here watching this that understand, like actually from within, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? People enter into relationships because they want to feel valid and worthy and like they matter and like somebody loves them. And so we're stuck in this cycle of suffering. You know, the moment we only enter into a relationship, for example, because we have that infinite boundless love within us overflowing. So my relationship is not about me getting something from you. It's about I already have everything that I need within me, and now I'm sharing that with you. Because you don't need it from me, because you know it's already in you, and I don't need it from you because I know it's already in me, and we're the same exact being, and now when we touch, it is literally the universe remembering itself. And that's something that all the sexual pleasures that the people who are like brainwashed by porn are not going to understand, and that's really unfortunate. Because to look into the eyes of someone who's looking into yours, and you know that you are the same being looking at itself, the ecstasy and the infinite boundlessness of that, that's fucking something else. And that's what I am ready for. But I'm ready for that on a very grand scale. For all of humanity to be able to look at each other in the eyes in that way. Does this make sense? Does this make sense to anybody? Like, I feel like it's got to. Like, somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. Do you? Because the more of us that allow that realness in us to rise, and we live in that truth, no matter what anybody else thinks about it, right? You know someone's going to watch this video and be like, oh, this hippie bullshit. But I don't care. This is who I am. This is what's real and it's risen in me, you know? So it's like the more real we're willing to be no matter what, whether the world is ready for us or not, which in my opinion, I do not think the world is ready for the truth. It's pretty obvious to me that the world's not ready for it. But you want to know what gets the world ready for it for future generations? You and me living in that truth right now, today, even though the system and structure around us is not capable of understanding it. We are the framework of the future, my friends. And I believe that the future is infinite, fucking beautiful love. And I know that it is because it's what's true. And the truth is going to win and destroy all of the illusions every single time. I know, because we've done this before. We've done this before many times. So, much love, my friends. Much beauty and peace, blessings to you in your life. If you'd like to support the content that we make here, you can do so by joining Patreon, become a patron on Patreon, or becoming a YouTube channel member. And these spaces offer various different things like exclusive content that is not posted for everyone publicly on YouTube, behind the scenes vlogs, also exclusive, live streams, real-time interactions, all kinds of cool stuff. So, you know, check that out, guys. If you really feel the resonance of this, I'd love for us to come together and take it further. So I hope to see you there. Those links are in the description. And as I said, much love and see you soon.